Welcome back to day 4 of improving your back, improving your posture, lengthening, mobilizing that spine of yours. So continue to, we'll start with in the wide-legged position. Remember that block, telephone book, if there still exists such a thing, I don't even know, or a blanket or a pillow, whatever the case may be, and really come through onto the sitting bones. So try to remove the fleshy bits of the butt away from, and sit down onto the bones, sit onto the sitting bones if you can. And maybe we're able to lengthen the heels just a little bit further than we did previously. Maybe we're able to straighten the backs of the knees a little bit further than we did previously. But either way, allow the hips to start to open, lengthen through the hamstrings, and we'll start with our breath, of course. Inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth, and feel the rise and fall of the belly. Now notice if the shoulders are jumping up, if they're moving at all. See if we can keep them stable, see if we can keep them over the hips, but keep breathing deeply. All this deep breathing gets into your parasympathetic nervous system. And that's your rest and digest nervous system, which allows you to soften the muscles, relax them so that you can lengthen and strengthen them. So let go of a little bit of that tension and find the breath. So 2 more big inhales through the nose. And exhale through the mouth. Good. Now come over onto your hands and knees. Remove that block. We'll start with a few cat-cows. You guys know this by now. Inhale, lifting the crown of the head. Exhale, rounding the back. Inhale and exhale. Breathing deeply all the way into the belly, just taking one more. Touch the toes, lengthen and widen the knees, separate and lower the chest and the forehead down to the mat. And once again, take any variations needed. You may need to prop the forehead up a little bit, but release the shoulders, soften the elbows, and soften through the neck. Just lengthen that spine. So allow it to release, allow it to lengthen, especially the lower back. Good. Just 2 more breaths here. Just trying to breathe just through the nose and slow the breath down. Really relax the breath. Breathe as deeply as you can. And then we'll come back through our tabletop. We'll take our hands forward. So we come inhale to kneeling plank. And then exhale. We press through the hands. Keep the hips moving backwards. Inhale, reaching forward. Reach through the crown of the head. Exhale. We'll take 2 more here. Inhale. And exhale. Now, if you're feeling like a little bit more, as we come back through tabletop, take the knees wide. Take the knees to the width of your mat. Come back through our kneeling tabletop, or kneeling plank, pardon me, and just extend the right hand, but level the hips here. Switch on the belly, reach to the crown of the head, lower the right, and lift the left. Flatten the back, bicep beside ear. Good. Slowly lower down, bend the elbows, lower all the way down to your mat. I'm going to take this time, we did a few back strengthenings yesterday. We're going to do the same thing today, but a little bit different. Take the hands long, point the toes. On the inhale, we lift the chest, we peel back the shoulders. We also lift the legs. Keep the thumbs pointing towards the ceiling and the palms away. Take 3 breaths here, deep into the belly. Each inhale, see if the chest will lift a little bit higher, the shoulders roll back. exhale, slowly release. Take 2 breaths here. Come down onto one ear and just even gently rock the hips side to side. Forehead comes back through center. We start lifting the chest, shoulder heads, thumbs, palms shoot away, point through the toes. Just be gentle here and be very aware of how it feels. Breathing deeply, 3 breaths. Last inhale, and exhale, slowly lower down. Come down onto the opposite ear. Touch the toes together and release through the heels. So let the heels fall out and moving the feet to the outside edges. Then gently rock the hips side to side. We'll do our locust pose one more time. Forehead through center, point the toes. Inhale through the chest, lengthen through the hands, peel the shoulders back, reach the chest, reach the sternum through, and we hold for 3 breaths. On the next inhale, lift the chest a little bit higher. On the next inhale, lift the legs a little bit higher. And then the last inhale, lift everything a little higher. And slowly release. Come back down onto the ear. And let the lower back settle. That can be quite strong to the lower back. So just take a few breaths here. Gently roll out the hips. And then bring the hands underneath the shoulders. Keep the elbows squeezed. We're going to press ourselves up through our tabletop. Keep the hands where they are. Tuck our toes. And we'll start pressing up to our first downward dog to lengthen the back body. Lengthen through the hamstrings, lengthen through the calves. But keep pressing back in the shoulders. So bend both knees. A lot of times we sit here in our downward dog. So if we bend both of our knees, and then we press back through the hand as much as we can, take the bottom ribs to the thighs, and then keep the shoulders where they are, and lift the hips. Lift the sitting bones, the heels come down towards the mat, and just release one heel at a time. Release one heel, and then the other. And notice the shoulders open, the back stretches down through the hamstrings, down through the calves. Good. Let the heels fall down towards your mat. The knees need to bend a little bit, that's okay. Take 3 breaths here. And then slowly, we're going to bend the knees all the way back down to the mat. Take the knees wide. Touch the toes. Sink down into your child's pose. And just lengthen. After that strengthening, we'll lengthen the spine once again. Soften the shoulders, soften the elbows. We're just take 3 more breaths here. Breathing deeply all the way down into the belly. And let any tension that's built in the back go. Let it release. And lengthen that lower back. Then when you're ready, coming back onto your blanket or block, taking the heels, taking the ankles, taking the legs wide, sit back down through the sitting bones and settle back in. Well done today. Well done today. Once again, adding a little bit more strengthening and a little bit more lengthening. That downward dog is so fantastic for back of the legs, back of the shoulders, opening the hamstrings. It's great for the posture. It really strengthens that whole back body and lengthens it as well. So well done with that today. Making sure we're pressing through the hands and really hinging the hips high, really taking the sitting bones toward the sky. But well done with that. Next practice, we're going to double the time period to a 20-minute practice and incorporate what we've done through the first 4 videos. So look forward to seeing you next time for that one. A little bit stronger, but guess what? You're doing fantastic. You're doing really well and starting to feel the benefits, starting to feel the difference in the lengthening and how that back's growing a little bit stronger every single day. Keep up the great work and see you on the mat real soon.